I'm good.
You're a bit faint.
What?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Better, much better.
Okay.
Okay. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm prepared for
Yeah.
some presentation for the Monday.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So,
Best of luck with that.
yesterday you cleaned your house, right?
Yeah, sort of. Got to do some more today.
Is this the preparation for your Christmas?
In a way, yes. It's getting ready for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a weird summary of a Vietnamese film on YouTube. It didn't have subtitles, but it was summarized, presumably by a Vietnamese lady. It seemed to be very melodramatic. It had adultery in it, infanticide, all sorts of different issues. It was about a family, polygamy as well. Did the Vietnamese have polygamy?
What's it in YouTube? What is the ramen?
It was a film that was on the cinema, must have
Cinema.
been a few years ago, and it was about a Vietnamese family in feudal Vietnam, feudal,
Filter?
historic old Vietnam, hundreds of years ago.
No, I have heard about that. What is it?
No, it was weird. I'll type it out. It's I can't remember the title of it, but it was about somebody who must have been rich, and they had three wives.
Three
Three
Wives?
wives.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I have heard about this film, and it's
Yeah.
about the younger became the wife of the man. It is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was a senior wife who had the male child. There was the middle wife who was having an affair with that male child, and then there's the youngest who was brought in, and I think she had a baby, but it was a girl. So and like the middle wife, and they both saw the babies off, shall we say, because they wanted a male child rather than a female child. Does
So
it
so
it bring it?
you spend time to watch this film?
No, it wasn't the whole length. It was just
I summarize.
seeing a summary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it seemed very sort of everybody was upset or annoyed. I think one of them hung themselves. The child bride of the son hung herself because she wasn't loved. It was all it was all going on. I thought it was strange for not a strange subject, but a strange film in the current situation, the current political situation in Vietnam. For a sort of communist country to have or allow a film like that, even though it was historic, it was about history.
This film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much. Maybe they imagine to that story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know I don't know much about this film. Honestly, I don't like Vietnamese film because because I think the character uh, do not act well. Uh, I don't know. I don't like Vietnamese film.
What you mean? They underact or overact?
They underact.
Underact, yeah.
Yes.
There were a lot of sort of silences, you know, where nothing was said for some time. You know, I think in English you would use the phrase pregnant pauses. That's confused you totally now, isn't it? But it was sort of pregnant pause means a long silence when nobody says anything.
Okay.
So anyway, sorry to distract you. What are you giving your presentation on Monday?
Oh, yes, I read a newspaper or an investigation of someone, and I summarize this, and I
Yeah,
present in the Monday in the club.
yeah, yeah. Are
Yes.
you doing that in Vietnamese or are you doing it in English?
This newspaper is written in English, and I re I do a PowerPoint in English, but I present for everyone in Vietnamese.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Best of luck. Best of luck with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said that today I will talk about studying abroad, something.
Yeah. Studying abroad. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that something you want to do?
No, I just said I just give you some information about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get started. Um, Today I will give you some information about studying abroad, about the disadvantage, and some number about this. Vietnamese have a history of migration for over a century, since the first uh, immigrant from the French Indochina, the French
Yeah.
colony that included Laos, Vietnam, and Cambodia. So at that time, many Vietnamese people coming to the Europe to work or to fight against the Central power in World War One, and there were also a lot of students from wealthy family coming to France to study at that time. And this wave of immigrants lasted until the 1954, when the French withdrew out of the Indochina. So the next generation turned their major to the turn their major destination to the United States of America, when the Americans got their influence to the region during the Vietnam War. So they they became a huge group of migrants um, when the war ended in 1975, with millions of people coming to um, America, US, Australia, and some developed countries. And there was another group of migrants coming to the eastern of Europe in 1980, and now they became one of the biggest migrants there. So then come to the current wave of immigrants in the end of 1990. Um, this consists of people who want to have a better education and um, a higher paid job in developed or developing country, regardless whether they are US or Australia, Japan, or Singapore. And currently there is a hot story on media social in Vietnam that out of 15 in 18 winner of a game show have named Road to Olympia Peak. Road to Olympia Peak is a leading knowledge game show for high school students, and um, this has been broadcast on national channel Vietnam Television annually since the year 2000, and the winner of each year will have a full scholarship to study in Australia. And 15 in out of 15 in 18 winner did not return to Vietnam. They choose to stay in Australia or move to another country for their higher education. So,
Yep.
so many people disappointed, and they call that game show Finding the Talent for Australia. And um, and I do some research on the internet, and they said that Vietnam ranked A among the country with the most international students in the world, and Vietnamese students present in more than 50 countries and territories, and with more than 100,000 students around the world, and sufficient study abroad has become a trend in society. More and more people want to study abroad and move to another country to live. And I don't know, but they said that Australia is the most attractive place for Vietnam international, and many people come to that. And there were many countries similar like America, United Kingdom, Switzerland, or Singapore or anything, and they said that around 60 to 70% of international did not return to Vietnam. They choose to stay at this country or move to another country, and they said that because the developed country they are encouraged and create a good working condition for international students. For example, that Australia, Singapore, or American allow international students to study after their graduation, and the media and experts try to find the answer why the young Vietnamese want to move to another country, and there are several typical causes. One that the young Vietnamese they don't trust the government, and they want to have a better quality of life as high corruption at a country with high corruption rate. Vietnam is less preferable for students when they choose when they decide their post graduation life, and and
Take your time. Take your time. Slow down. Take your time. Come on.
graduation life, and I just forgot this. Let me think. And wait me a minute.
Yeah, cool.
And they said that imagine that you have to pay someone a big amount of money if you want to get high into an office, or you want to pay bribes for Vietnam official if you want to get your project finished, if you are an entrepreneur, so you are less likely to come back to your country, and the quality of life is also important. Um, it also important, and um, it also important. They said that the education system in Vietnam is they said that is struggling to reform, and and the higher education like the university or the college in Vietnam is criticized old fashioned and unpractical by its experts and employer, and they said that the second causes is pollution in Vietnam. The pollution in Vietnam is getting more and more serious, and the air pollution into big cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City is often measured that unhealthy for people. And Barack Obama one time go to Vietnam and he said that um, if you don't want to raise your kids, no job is so important. If it's okay and no one want no one want to uh, and no one want their kids have asthma and they can breathe. So many Vietnamese usually think for their next generation. So we just don't want their kids to grow up with the ashes around their nose. And even though the Vietnam have big amount of immigration, but we we still behind many countries like Indonesia, Myanmar, Philippines, or even the Germany or Great Britain in the world in the in the World Migration Bank in 2016, and they said that maybe we just make this issue is so overrated. Yeah, that's
Yep.
sorry.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. So what you're saying is that people want to leave Vietnam to get a better job, better qualifications, a better quality of life,
Yes.
and that the big cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi are polluted because of the traffic primarily.
Oh yes.
The bicycles, you know, because I've been watching to try and get some background when talking to you. I've been looking at travel logs or blogs on YouTube, and there's one site that intrigues me. There are men, presumably delivery men, who have nowhere else to go, and they sleep on their bikes.
They sleep. He sleep.
They sleep. They go to sleep
Oh
on
yeah.
their bike, across their bike, in the alleyways in Ho Chi Minh City. Presumably, they are delivery men. I don't know, who deliver food or whatever. It was quite illuminating, shall we say? So also that there is presumably because these people are better qualified, they are accepted by the countries like Australia, USA, or whatever. They get
Singapore.
citizenship. Yes. Do they get citizenship because of the qualifications?
Maybe they have a highly qualification and then
Yeah.
they are accepted to stay at
Yeah.
this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't they have a duty to come back to Vietnam and contribute to the economy and the life of Vietnam?
If they want to, that is their decision. No,
Yeah. But does the state pay them to travel abroad and pay their fees?
no, that is sufficient
So,
study abroad,
yeah,
so they can have
yeah.
their decision.
Well, should the state then look to modernize the education system in Vietnam?
Uh,
What do you think?
I don't think they can change in a short time. It's happened in a long time, and the education system in Vietnam is always criticized as old-fashioned and unpractical with
Yeah,
many students. Maybe they just learn about the knowledge but not practice.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Mm.
is a problem.
What do you think would make it change?
Mm, it's a hard question. Uh, I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, maybe we just spend more time to practice in the company or go to more in the real life, not in the school, not just study in the internet like now.
Yeah.
It can change.
So what you're saying then is a mixture of higher education and work experience.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. It's a difficult
You've
question.
got no thought at all on it. You've
Yeah.
got no view, no view whatsoever.
Think about it.
So instead of just doing a degree or a tertiary qualification, that they link to that or in parallel with that, how about that they worked for so many weeks in the year within the discipline that they're learning about at university? So say you're doing, I don't know, accountancy, yeah, as a degree course. Well, how about for 6 weeks or 3 months in the year, you work at a firm of accountants in parallel with your education? Would you think that practical experience would assist in the development and maturity of the student?
Yes, I will have that experience um in the next summer or something. But
Yeah.
it's just a short time, and we do it, but maybe we do not have many experience through it. And yeah,
Is there a snobbery or a cachet about having a degree from a foreign university?
maybe if you have a degree in a foreign,
Yeah.
you said what foreign?
From a foreign university.
Foreign
So
university, so
university.
you will have more. Um, they will think you have more potential,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
um,
So you're more employable if you have, say, a degree from an American university or a German university or an Australian university.
yes, maybe Vietnamese employer will think that, so you will be you will important and you have more potential in their eyes or something.
Yeah. Do you think do you yourself think that's true?
I think it depends on like many people have money and they can go to abroad, not they
Yeah.
uh, study so well or anything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think that you said that the education system in Vietnam was old-fashioned, but do you think it depends more on, as you say, how the individual acts within the education system?
Yeah, I also think that the education system is old fashioned, but it depends on each person, because in the university you have more, you spend more time to practice yourself. Not it's not like a high school with the teacher teach you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, your lecturers give you space in effect to learn yourself.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or
Oh,
you want to?
I want to ask you about what do you do with the 11 Vietnamese boy? You said that, you remember that? In
The 11 Vietnam.
exchange language website, and you said that there is 11 Vietnamese boy want to be your partner.
Oh, the 11-year-old.
Yeah.
I sent him an email, but I haven't had a response.
Oh. Oh, that's that. So in the first time when I send you hi and send you the request to be your English partner, do you think I'm so young or anything?
No, I just thought you, but like you said, you chose me at random.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yes.
yeah, fair enough. I mean, I get quite a number of hits, as they call them, of people who want to be my partner. Um, you just look like somebody who would be an appropriate language partner, whereas some of them are the way they talk in the sort of little resume that everybody does. You know, that it's it would be inappropriate, shall we say. There are a lot of Russian and Eastern European women who are looking for husbands.
Oh, why they do that in exchange language?
I honestly don't know, but it's Ukrainian, Russian, Ukrainian, and Eastern European women, and it starts off something like this. I'm trying to recollect the last one I had. I am a bright and beautiful young woman with one child, and I am looking for a man to take care of me. I
It's
think
too,
they think it's a dating agency
it's too,
rather than a language exchange.
it's too weird.
It is very weird. And look at me, I'm a grandfather, or I could be. You know, I am not a marriageable prospect.
It's too
It's all
weird.
right, you can laugh away. I agree with you. You know,
Okay.
I'm creaking with age. I doubt I could fulfill any aspect they would wish, either monetary or whatever. And it's sad in a way. Let's be honest about it. But on the other hand, it is quite amusing, and I do try and not exactly vet, but think over people who do hit on me in terms of the number of people who do, because how can I put it? It's really whether you have some common ground with the other person, isn't it? Whether you have, you know, you want to learn English, I want to keep my brain active, basically. So, you know, those two things gel together. But there was one person, and she started off and she wanted to talk for at least an hour every day.
Oh, it's too much.
Yeah, that's right. The there have been a number of sort of weird and wonderful people. Most of them I've said, but my wife doesn't like me doing this, which which she's expressed concerns about the amount of time it takes up now. But you know, I've sort of found as polite a way as possible to say I'm sorry, but sort of thing. You know, I can't take you on board. But no, I don't know why. I mean, there's only two people I'm sort of actively dealing with at the moment, you and a Chinese lady, and that's it. There's supposed to be others, like a Frenchman who only wants to send me emails, but he sends one or two, but he's stopped now. People seem to either get tired or of doing it, or have other things to do, so they stop. Which, you know, is an English phrase, a blessing in disguise. You know, that, you know, you're thankful that they stopped. But no, you're interested because you want to learn English, and you know your English has improved, I think, quite a lot. What do you think? Do you feel your English has improved?
Yes, that I can use the sentence, and
Yeah.
At least I can use the sentence, and I can maybe talk more naturally. That
Yeah.
I want to ask you. I have another mentor like you in exchange language. I didn't talk to him before, but he sent me the message. But I think it's really weird. He from the America, and he said that he want to know more about me. But why he asked about my hate and my weight for what? I think that it's really weird. I and I
It's
blocked.
I would be wary. I would be suspicious of his motives. I think.
So I
I
blocked
think
him.
that's the way to do it. Yes, because I've blocked a number of people because, you know, how can we say their motives are dubious? Their motives are, you know, a bit nasty, shall we say? Yeah. Yeah. I think especially, and I'm not being sexist here, especially as a young person, you've got to be careful who you link up with. Yeah, connect with. I hope I'm not creepy or spooky.
Yeah, it's really weird. I think that when I asked him for what, why he asked this, why he asked this question, and he said that I just want to know more about your, I just want to know about you, and we will be a best friend. And I think it's really weird. No, and I block him. I block him.
Yeah, that's a very good move on your part, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's difficult because, as I say, I have the opposite problem. I get hit on by, as I said, you know, people who think this is a dating agency rather than a language exchange.
Yes.
So I understand your problem. You just need to be careful and be suspicious of people's motives. No, seriously.
Oh,
Anything else you want to talk about?
when you were young, do you communicate with people by writing the letter?
Yes. When I was smaller, yes. It was before when I was young, it was before emails and before text.
So you have to wait someone reply to you. So it takes a long time for
Yep.
your answer or anything.
Yep. Yep. I had when the Beatles were first popular in the early 1960s, somebody I knew had a list of American women or girls. I think I was only 17 or 18,
Oh.
who wanted to have pen pals from Liverpool. Yeah. So he gave me one of the names and addresses, and it went on for about a year or so. But I think she got bored, and I sort of wanted to do other things. But as you say, the time for an airmail letter to go from Liverpool to North America was about a week. Then there would be the reply, writing a reply. Then the letter would take another week. Her letter would take another week to come back. Then I'd look at it. I'd have to write a reply. You know, so instead of it being sort of instantaneous now with emails and texts and WhatsApp and, you know, all the different line and all that sort of thing. Weibo, is it Weibo in China? You know, all the different messaging services. It used to take forever,
But
you know,
now,
and you had to be patient.
yes, but now I think that pen phone is interesting because now I use a website or an app that is slowly. That app name is slowly and similar to the name of this app. Like maybe I want to send you a letter that it takes 2 days and I have to
Yeah.
wait. And I think it's interesting maybe in nowadays that you have to wait that.
Yeah. Well, there is a movement in Europe. I don't know whether it's arrived in Vietnam, but it's called slow food. So instead of having like, you know, where you have instant noodles where you just pour hot water over them, or you have quick food, the whole idea of this, it started off in Italy,
Italy.
yeah, and the the cooking time is hours, you know, not a few minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour. It's several hours for the cooking time. And the idea is that people sit around and talk and discuss and exchange views while they're waiting for the food to cook. So it's called the slow food movement, but it's been extended out to other ideas. So anything you see that has the word slow in front of it, it probably means it's a reaction to the speed of digital exchanges. Yeah.
Yes.
So there are people who feel that social media is a bad thing on a number of levels. Yeah. So they are contemplating going back to writing letters, as you suggest, that take weeks or days to get back. Because again, I don't know whether the same applies, but in Vietnam, did anybody ever print in the olden days correspondence between important people, letters that were written between important people? Well, that was a very popular thing in Europe, where the correspondence, say, between philosophers or between artists would be brought together and published for everybody to see. You know, but that didn't take place in Vietnam.
Um, I think I have seen this before. That's they bring their story, that message they bring in the book, but I think it's rare for you because they bring the message of their husband with the third person in their love to be uh, to be the clue. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that on the social media.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
and my father is the person who really hates the social media, and also think the Facebook or the messenger is the bad things, and yeah, he really hate that. But I think I don't understand why. Maybe that is the difference between me and my dad. Like,
It's a generational thing.
yes,
It's a generational thing. It's my wife doesn't like social media.
oh yeah,
She thinks it's a waste of time. It's too quick. You know,
yeah,
people are too trusting. A bit like you said about your uh, mentor in America. You know,
yes,
it gives people opportunities that they either wouldn't have or shouldn't have. Perhaps, you know, it gives you too much access. She feels it gives other people too much access to each other. But there you go. That's just a view. Anyway, the rain is battering on the windows. It's cold and windy again here. So what's the temperature in Ho Chi Minh City?
time is 8:42 p.m.
No, so what temperature? The temperature?
Temperature is 21 or 22, and I think it's cold.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it was last night. It was down to 4 degrees.
4 degrees is too cold for me. My brain will shut down in this temperature.
So there you go. Have you got any idea when you're going back to live lectures at university?
No, I don't have any information about that. Maybe um, in the January or in in the February or something. I don't have
Yeah.
any information about that.
Have you heard about the new variant, the Omicron variant?
Yes, I have heard about that, and maybe it's more dangerous. In the
It's more transmissible, apparently.
oh, and have it appear in England.
Yes, it's appeared in Europe. It's appeared in England. There's a case or three in Liverpool.
Oh,
It supposedly came from South Africa, but you know, there you go. It's. I don't think COVID is going to go away anytime soon. Yeah.
yes, you're right. But we are fascinated, so maybe it's not dangerous with the first period in 19 with the 2019, or now maybe I think it
Yeah.
will more safe.
Yeah. I think that people have uh, got their own immunity to it as well as the vaccines. Yeah. Because I've had 3 now, and they're talking about having the British government is talking about having a 4th, so there'll be 4 vaccines in the new year. Yeah. Do you still go out and about? Do you meet your friends?
Yes, we actually can now, but I
Yeah.
don't.
Do you wear a face mask when you
Yes,
go out?
always, always.
Yeah. Do you wear it properly, or do you wear it there, or do you wear it around your neck?
Oh, we just wear a mask in there. Just it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, but lots of people in Liverpool, they wear their face mask is over their ears, but it's around here, or there, rather than sort of
Oh,
like that.
because they
They, they, that-
scare.
there's this idea that they they don't like wearing them because so they go through the motions of sort of having it round their neck or there because their glasses steam up or they get hot and bothered with them on.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Is your mother's shop open?
Yes, she can open now, and she think about make a class in the front of the shop, so this
Yeah.
can so the people cannot go into the shop, and she
Oh
will
yeah.
she will save her. But she think about that, but she don't do. Just
Yeah. Go on.
just not time to do that. She think about that
Mm.
maybe in the future.
Yeah. Well, I know in England that in the shops, there's people have put screens up so that you just talk. There's a screen, a glass screen,
Oh yes.
and you talk through that. You know, it's different strokes for different folks as well. It's also the cost of all this, isn't it? How much it costs. Can I just say one or two things? I think you need, when you're talking, I got 99% of it. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
what you were saying, which is very good. What you need to do, you stopped a couple of times. When you do that, what I would suggest is just pause, take a deep breath, you know, relax a bit, try
Yes.
and bring it back from there to here, so you catch up with it. The other thing you can do is make little notes for
Yes.
each point. I know it's writing, but if so that like reminders, you know, if you've got 5 points to make, have 5 pieces of paper with a summary of each point just to jog your memory. Yeah,
Yes.
just so to remind you what the next point is that you're going to make. You see what I'm trying to say? And perhaps even when at the end you have one for the summary, just to, you know, assist you if you could, you know, look down while you're making the speech.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will do
just
that
a
next
thought.
time.
Yeah, just a thought. I mean, take it or leave it. It's up to you. I think also you need to when you're talking, and when you're talking for say 5 or 10 minutes, every so often, just pause, collect your thoughts, and breathe, and try and relax. You know,
Okay.
try and relax. Yeah, so that you know, don't get too relaxed, but just so as to, you know, and then because I noticed, I think because you were nervous, that you started to speed up the way you were talking.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Am I wrong, or do you agree with that?
Yes. That I talk so fast. In
Yeah.
in Vietnam, I also talk so fast when I do the
Well,
presentation.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's fine but as long as you knows that and understands what you're saying. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So you need to think about, you know, who you're talking to and how you're talking to them.
Okay.
I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be very positive
Okay.
because as I say, 99% of it was fine. There's just a couple of tweaks that you need to make so that, you know, it's not just good, it's very good. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, yeah. So that, you know, you get better and better at it. Yeah, because as I say, I wish you luck with your presentation on Monday to your club, and you know, try and experiment. You know, everything's a positive. You know, don't feel, you know, if you make a mistake or you lose your place, then try and say, well, what do I need to do in future to overcome that? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So that, you know, you learn and you develop. Yeah,
Yes.
you don't look convinced. You don't look convinced by what I'm saying.
I
Come
think
back
it's
at me if you
good.
want.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, you know, there's no point dwelling on anything that's negative. I think you've always got to try and be positive about yourself, because there's no point losing faith in yourself or losing heart in yourself, because you need, especially somebody of your age, you need to keep moving forward and keep being positive about yourself, but at the same time being clear in your own mind what you have to do to improve on, because there's a phrase in Europe, you're only as good as the last thing that you've done to an employer. You see what I'm trying to say?
Can you repeat the phrases that you?
Yeah. There is a saying in Europe about an employee and how they're judged by their employer, that you are only as good as the last thing that you have done. Because every time, yes, you can look back and say, well, I did that, but then when you move on to the next or a new challenge, it's all up for grabs again. You've got to prove yourself again.
Yes.
Yes. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Because now that you're more relaxed, your speech is slower.
Oh,
You
yes.
are looking happier than you did when you were doing the presentation.
Oh,
Yes.
maybe I'm more worried and afraid. Like,
Yeah. Well. What you need to do, and I don't want to talk like some inspirational speaker, but what you need to do is use that the energy from that being lacking in confidence or whatever. Use that for a positive end, and sort of, you know, make use of it to project a more positive point of view. So, you know, and also, you know, it's a mix of things that you have to do, and I'm sure in a couple of weeks' time you'll be able to do it without any nonsense from me telling you what to do or suggesting what you should do. Yeah.
okay.
So I think you've got a lot. You've progressed a hell of a lot since we started these conversations. I think you've still got some way to go, but it's, you know, you just need to building and building and building, and your English has improved and will improve further, which I assume is what you want. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. And then, you know, after another few weeks, you won't need to talk to me anymore, because you'll be able to speak English very well yourself.
It's glad to
Yeah.
hear that.
No, I'm quite happy talking to you, but as what I'm trying to say in a roundabout fashion is that your English is improving. There's still room for improvement, but it won't take much more to get that improvement yourself, because you have progressed. You've progressed very well. You've progressed reasonably quickly, and you need just to keep going forward. And even, you know, if you decide you've had enough of lectures from me, you still need to practice your English in whatever capacity. Just be careful who you choose to practice it with.
Yes. Yes, this is
No,
good
no,
advice.
no Americans who want to know your height and weight.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not trying to embarrass you.
Yes, it's really weird. I feel
Yes,
it's really
that's,
weird.
yeah. Well, try and forget about it, because I think I can't comment for Vietnamese men, but men in general are fairly weird. You will find that out in life.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you still there? You gone? No, they are. They're as somebody who has worked in the sort of court system, you don't realise how weird people are until you see it in black and white. Anything else you want to talk about? I've talked for
No.
quite some time.
Yeah, it's
No?
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, enjoy your weekend, and
Yes.
hopefully prepare well for your Monday,
Yeah. Thank you for your
and
time.
and let me know when you want to do the next one.
Oh, I don't know. Let me think about
Well,
it.
you have a think about it, and
Yes.
let me know. Enjoy the rest of your day, anyway.
Okay. So thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.